Hello everyone, great to see you today. My name is Pastor Mag and welcome to a refill with Pastor Mag. I am here today at the Custer High School football field. That's right, we are continuing our time praying for our students as they're going back to school, whether that's in person or digital or whatever that's looking like. We want to be praying for students that are going back to school across the country, that God would encourage them, that He would embolden them, that He would help them to speak who He is and follow Him through this school year. Now today we are in Psalm chapter 17, and so we're going to go ahead and read it and then just unpack it like we have been, okay? So let's go ahead and start here. David is writing here and he says, "Hear a just cause, O Lord, attend to my cry. Give ear to my prayer from lips free of deceit. From your presence let my vindication come. Let your eyes behold the right. You have tried my heart, you have visited me by night. You have tested me, and you will find nothing. I have promised that my mouth will not transgress. With regard to the works of man, by the words of your lips, I have avoided the ways of the violent. My steps have held fast to your paths, my feet have not slipped. I call upon you, for you will answer me, O God. Incline your ear to me, hear my words. Wondrously show your steadfast love, O Savior of those who seek refuge from their adversaries at your right hand. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings from the wicked who do me violence, my deadly enemies who surround me. They close their hearts to pity. With their mouths they speak arrogantly. They have surrounded our steps. They have set their eyes to cast us to the ground. He is like a lion eager to tear, as a young lion lurking in ambush. Arise, O Lord, confront him, subdue him, deliver my soul from the wicked by your sword, from men by your hand, O Lord, from men of the world whose portion is this life. You fill their womb with treasure, they are satisfied with children, and they leave their abundance to their infants. As for me, I shall behold your face in righteousness. When I awake, I shall be satisfied with your likeness." It's really interesting here. David starts off saying how he is, innocent, that he's free from deceit, that the things that shouldn't pass through our lips doesn't pass through his lips. I find it amazing here that he said he has avoided the ways of the violent. This is incredible coming from a guy who was a warrior in Israel. He fought so many wars that God said, "You can't build my temple, we're going to let your son do it." But yet he says he has avoided the ways of the violent. So he must not be saying that he was never engaged in warfare, but something deeper. Possibly that he is not a violent person outside of when he is required to be. And it goes on and he says, I will call upon you, for you will answer me, O God. You know, when we call upon God, He will answer us. We might not like His answer. He may not answer how we want Him to, but He will answer us. He will not just leave us sitting there waiting for an answer, though we might not know what that answer is all the time. But he continues, he says, "Keep me as the apple of your eye, hide me in the shadow of your wings, from the wicked who do me violence, my deadly enemies surround me." You know, David was a man of warfare. People were coming after him, they wanted to do him harm. And these things, you've got to imagine, were just a stress on him. Could you imagine trying to go to bed at night and trying to sleep and knowing that people are trying to surround your house, trying to drag you out to do you harm? Well, David's going through this, and he is praying that God would protect him. And he shows that difference between him, who is following God, following His ways, and then the other people, which is what? They close their hearts to pity. David didn't do that. He kept his heart open. With their mouths they speak arrogantly. They thought it was all about them. They surrounded our steps. They've cast their eyes to cast us to the ground. These are men of violence who want to do violence to David, not in on the battlefield, but wants to do it on a regular basis, wants violence to occur to get their way. And he prays that God would not allow that to occur. In fact, he then draws a difference between them, that they are satisfied with their children, but what happens to their riches? I mean, children are a great thing. We should love our children. We should protect our children. We don't want children to be harmed. And yet they pass their riches to their children. Yet David is satisfied in the likeness of the Lord. He wants to be with God. That relationship with God is most important. So, what does that have to do with us? First of all, we are living in a world more and more surrounded by violence. We don't want to be people of violence. We want to be protected by the Lord. And so we want to place our hope in the Lord, and yet we need to recognize that the violence around us is a real thing, just like it was with David. Also, we want to take care of our children, but our hope, our satisfaction isn't in our children. Our satisfaction is in God, that we would see him face to face, that we would live for him in righteousness, and that when we die and we are face to face with God, that we would be satisfied with being with him, because it's really all about him. I've really been enjoying our refills and getting together with you. If this has been an encouragement for you, if you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, or hit that heart button on Instagram, and I found out what was wrong with Instagram, so we should be having these uploads much better. Anyway, it's been great to have you. Join me again here on Refill with Pastor Mag, and as always, we meet every Sunday at 10:10 on Facebook at Crossroads of Custer, or you can join us live in South Dakota. We'd love to have you. We'll see you real soon.